Your ancestors lived in tribes of 20 to 150 people. If you got rejected publicly, everyone knew. Your romantic options could be destroyed forever. This is why showing interest in a woman feels so terrifying. Your biology thinks it's literally life or death. And in a way it was. Remember middle school? If you had a crush, you'd guard that secret like nuclear codes. The thought of anyone finding out was mortifying. You'd rather die than have someone announce to the cafeteria who you liked. There's a deep evolutionary reason for this behavior, and it's still running your nervous system today. For most of human history, we're talking hundreds of thousands of years. Humans lived in small tribes, not cities of millions, not even towns of thousands. Tribes of 20 to 150 people maximum. In those environments, reputation was everything. Literally everything. Here's why. If you showed interest in a woman with marginal social status and she rejected you publicly, every other woman in the tribe would recalibrate your value downward. They'd think, if she rejected him and I'm higher status than her, dating him would lower my status too. Your romantic prospects wouldn't just take a hit, they could be destroyed permanently within that tribe. And you couldn't just swipe to a new tribe. This was your gene pool for life. This wasn't just about hurt feelings or wounded pride. In tribal societies, the approval of the group was essential for survival and passing on your genes. Getting cast out of the tribe was often a death sentence. No protection from predators, no shared resources, no access to mates. It was genuinely life or death from a genetic perspective. That's why there's such a powerful instinct to not show intent until it's reciprocated, to play it safe, to hide your interest, to never make the first move until you're absolutely certain it will be received well. This instinct kept your ancestors alive and reproducing. The men who took bold romantic risks in public tribal settings often saw their genetic lines end. But here's the problem. We no longer live in tribes of 150 people. We live in a world of 7 billion, where most people are strangers, where you can move cities, change jobs, reinvent yourself completely. You could get rejected by a woman at a bar on Friday and never see her or anyone she knows ever again for the rest of your life. The old programming makes no logical sense anymore, but it's still hardwired into your nervous system at the deepest level. Your amygdala, the ancient part of your brain responsible for threat detection, can't tell the difference between social rejection in a tribal setting and social rejection at a modern bar. Both trigger the same alarm bells. Danger, status threat, potential exile from the tribe. Your palms sweat, your heart races, your mind goes blank. It's the same physiological response your ancestor would have had facing a predator. There's another crucial difference between then and now. In tribal societies, people knew you your whole life. They watched you grow up. They knew your character, your skills, your family lineage. One impressive act wouldn't dramatically change their opinion of you. If you were the good hunter who provided for the tribe, you'd probably been demonstrating that for years. Your reputation was already established, so your upside for taking big social risks was minimal. People already knew who you were, but one major mistake, betraying the tribe, committing a serious offense, or yes, making an inappropriate advance on the wrong person, could get you cast out. The risk-reward equation heavily favored extreme caution and conformity. Today, the equation has flipped completely. In a room full of strangers, nobody knows who you are. You have everything to gain and almost nothing to lose. That woman you're nervous about approaching, she doesn't know anything about you. If you approach confidently and it goes well, you could make an incredible first impression. If it goes poorly, you'll likely never see her again. The upside is massive. The downside is virtually non-existent. But try telling that to your nervous system. It doesn't care about logic. It's running software written 50,000 years ago. Here's what makes it even more challenging. Attractive women today have abundant options. They're approached regularly. They can afford to be selective. If you want to stand out to a woman who has genuine choice, you must take risks. You must do something to differentiate yourself from the other guys who are too scared to even start a conversation. The guy who plays it safe, who doesn't have the courage to show interest, who waits for some perfect, guaranteed moment that never comes. He's invisible. He could go through his entire life never getting the women he wants, all while his biology congratulates him for playing it safe. Think about the tragic irony here. Your evolutionary programming is designed to maximize your reproductive success. But in the modern environment, that same programming actively prevents you from reproducing. It's like having a smoke alarm that goes off every time you cook dinner. The alarm isn't broken. Smoke really does mean fire sometimes. But in this context, it's giving you false positives that make your life worse. This is what psychologists call an evolutionary mismatch. Our brains evolved for an environment that no longer exists. And until you consciously understand this mismatch, you'll keep feeling like something's wrong with you. Why am I so anxious about talking to women? Why do I care so much what strangers think? Why can't I just be confident? Nothing is wrong with you. Your brain is functioning exactly as designed. It's just designed for the wrong environment. Understanding this evolutionary mismatch is genuinely liberating. That anxiety you feel before approaching a woman? It's not a character flaw or a sign of weakness. It's ancient wiring designed for a world that no longer exists. The anxiety is real, the fear is real, but the danger is not. Once you internalize this, you can start to separate the signal from the noise. Yes, you'll feel anxious. That's biology. But you can feel anxious and still act. You can acknowledge the fear and do it anyway, knowing that your nervous system is giving you false information about the level of actual risk. So if playing it safe is evolutionary programming, what's the alternative? How do you actually stand out in a world where attractive women have unlimited options? The answer is counterintuitive and makes most men uncomfortable. You need to be polarizing. Not safe, not agreeable, not nice enough. Polarizing. That's what we'll explore next, and it might change everything you think you know about attraction.